Hey, what's up? And welcome to Serious English. My name is Antonia Ramacher and today I'm going to teach you some phrasal verbs connected with money. There are quite many of them and they are extremely interesting. They are connected with spending money, owing people money, and saving it. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. First of all, let's talk about giving your money away. But we'll talk about spending later. Anyway, pay back. I think the meaning is more or less understandable. It is to give back the money you borrowed. You just give it back. You pay back a debt. An example, I'll pay you back as soon as I can. Or when I can. I'll pay you back when I can. Pay off is a little bit different. Pay off can mean to pay your debt completely. So here the action is finished when you pay back all the money you had borrowed. It can be phrased as to pay off. For example, I paid off the mortgage. Yay! Also, pay off can mean to give somebody money that you owe them or that they are asking for, so they will not take action against you or cause you trouble. So you can pay off criminals, for example. You can pay off policemen sometimes, which is sad, but sometimes you can, but you shouldn't. Anyway, you pay off. You give some money to a person so that this person will not harm you, will not take action against you, will not charge you, and things like that. So, pay off criminals. Do you think we can pay off these criminals who are trying to steal our business? And you can pay off the house. So you have paid all your debts and now you have very little money. And you can use these phrases. To get by means to have just enough money. I'm hardly getting by as it is. I need to give you some extra context. Let's say someone asks you for money and you say, I'm sorry, I cannot loan you any money. I'm hardly getting by as it is. I don't have much. But here, the meaning is still more or less positive. So you have enough things and it is good. But as for the second phrase, to scrape by, it means to have only enough money to pay for basic things, but it is a little bit negative. Because when you scrape something, you work really hard, like you scrape the floors or something, and it's hard. We earn just enough money to scrape by. We both work, but we earn just enough money to scrape by. Well, when you do not have money and you want to buy something nice, what do you need to do? You need to save money. So, two phrasal verbs about that. Save up means to keep money so that you can buy something with it in the future. And here we talk about big money. You buy something big like a house or a car or something of the kind. And you save money for a long period of time. It took me years to save up enough money to go traveling or to buy a new house. It took me years to save up enough money to buy a new house. To put aside is about small money, small amounts of money and short periods of time. And it means to save money for a special purpose. And it's not something big. It can be a piece of clothes or a small trip, something of the kind. I need to put $70 aside for a new dress or some new shoes. What do you need to buy? Put some money aside. When you try to save money, usually you cut back on something, on money, on expenses. To cut back means to spend less money. As simple as that. The government has cut back on education. That's bad. Or you can say, the government has cut back on education expenses. To rip off has a completely different meaning. Imagine you have been saving up and you buy something and you realize that you have paid too much money. You could have saved. You could have paid less. It means that somebody has ripped you off. To rip off means to cheat somebody by charging too much money or to steal something. An example, we got ripped off buying our new car. We got ripped off. We could have paid less. But we were too excited about buying this car. It was so shiny that we just lost our mind and splurged and forked out a considerable amount of money. Now let's talk about spending. And here we have 4 phrasal verbs. To tell the truth, fork out, cough up, and shell out are very close. Fork out, like using your fork and giving your food to somebody else. Spend. Cough up. Imagine a cat coughing up a hairball. Something unpleasant doing that. Also, getting rid of your money, spending your money is not pleasant as well sometimes. And to shell out. A shell is a small house of a vegetable or some animals, sea creatures, and they don't want to open their houses and get out. That is spending your money. Once again, these phrasal verbs presuppose some negative hint of meaning because nobody wants to give his or her money away. Anyway, to fork out, to cough up, and to shell out means to pay an amount of money, especially unwillingly. Your kid has a field trip and you need to fork out $100. But you don't want to, but you have to. You fork out. Or you can fork over to somebody. You fork over $100 to your kid for a field trip. I have to go on shelling out for the boys' education. Spending and spending, shelling out your money. As for splashing out, it is connected with spending a lot of money on something you do not actually need. It is pleasant, it is nice, but you don't need it. You don't have to spend so much money. But you decide to splash out. Spend lots of money, pots of money. They splashed out $3,000 on a holiday. They could have spent less, but they splashed out. I have almost forgotten about 2 more phrasal verbs connected with savings. You can dip into your savings or you can break into your savings. What do you think? What is more devastating? Of course, breaking into your savings. It means to take a lot of money from your savings or do it over and over again so that your savings go down. As for dipping into your savings, it's just about taking a little money, just for something small. Anyway, that's it. I hope that you liked this video. Do not forget that when you press likes, when you give me your likes, when you give me your heart, it means that I will be able to develop and I will be able to make more videos for you. So the more likes you give me, the more videos I'm going to make. Also, share and subscribe if you want to continue studying English with me. Anyway, that's it. Hope to see you soon. Happy English and Russian practice. Bye.